Encounter is brought to you by the Broome County Council of Churches, where we connect compassion with needs as we inspire growth with dignity. You'll find us in special places throughout the community. For those who remain hungry, we provide meals. For those who are challenged, we build wheelchair ramps. We comfort those who are ill, minister to those who are confined, and we remain an advocate for change and understanding on behalf of every element of our community. Connect and inspire. Encounter the Broome County Council of Churches. Good morning and welcome to Encounter. I'm your host today. My name is Joe Sellepack. I'm the Executive Director at the Broome County Council of Churches. It's January, and oftentimes during January, our thoughts are turned toward New Year's resolutions, making ourselves better and setting some goals for ourselves. One of the goals that I have set for myself is to continue this fitness journey that I've been on for a number of years. Many of you have heard or have seen results that have gone along with that as I've tried to get more and more fit. Place I'm currently working out at is GSR CrossFit, and I'm pleased to have my coach, Greg Rolo, with us today.
Thank you, Joe.
It's great to have you on here.
Glad to be.
So you want to tell us a little bit about your business, where are you located? And
we're located at 220 Stage Road in Vestal, and it's right near the rail trail entrance, if anyone's familiar with that. We've been open for about 4 years now, chasing 4 years, and lucky enough to have Joe for over 6 months now.
Yeah, since May.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is CrossFit?
CrossFit is similar to any training program where, and you know from experience, but it's all group classes. We bring people in that maybe have never done anything fitness oriented or previous athletes, Division I or some professional sports players. We have 2 of those. So wherever they came from, they're able to come into a group setting where you're going to walk into class, you don't have to worry about anything. The coach is going to take care of you from the moment you enter in to showing you how to warm up properly and stretch and prepare for whatever we're going to do that day. Step you through strength movements and stability and core work, and then what we call as a WOD, or the workout of the day, and that's going to be something that's more fast-paced and get your heart rate high. Those are varied every single day so that your body's not really getting used to it, but you are going to repeat movements so you're familiar with them and can improve upon them.
So what are some of those movements that you're talking about?
For us, we call CrossFit is functional movement. And functional movement basically means being able to take the weightlifting or the gymnastic skills, and in our case gymnastics is more body weight, and endurance, which could be biking, running, jump roping, rowing, any of those things, swimming if we had the weather for it. And we're going to use all those things in combination to create a workout that's going to basically allow you to be well-rounded in many different domains. So you might do jump roping and running in the same workout with a heavy back squat. Now it's going to be heavy for you, so it may be squatting with a 8-pound ball in your hand, or it may be squatting with 200 pounds on your back. All depends on where you're at. If it's your case, it's definitely 200 pounds on your back.
Well, that's one of my things is I have very strong legs.
Yes, yeah. Understatement.
Yeah, so we try to make those things work. So how did you get involved in this? I know you were raised in the area. You grew up in the area. So you want to tell us a little bit about your journey?
So I was born in Binghamton, obviously, just because the hospitals, but grew up in Kirkwood until I was 12, and then we moved to Vestal. Went to Vestal High School, graduated from there, and ended up going to BCC by the end and graduated from that. So I spent my whole life here, besides going away for college for a short time. With that, it's just been, fitness has always been my life. I did lacrosse and football and track in high school and middle school, and I played lacrosse and football in college. So it was definitely something I've always been a part of. I discovered CrossFit in 2012, and when I did it, it just was a real eye-opener to how you could help people. I'd already done some certifications online and trying to find my way as I was in college, finishing up my business degree, but I didn't quite know what I wanted to do. When I first found CrossFit, it was a straight eye-opener to say, this is how I can help the most number of people, and I can do it in a very meaningful way. So the whole idea of CrossFit is that you're helping people. You're helping the person next to you. We do a lot of partner workouts, so you're involved with people's life. If you go into a regular gym, there's no camaraderie. You may not even know half the people in the gym, or more than half the people. You're lucky if you can say hi to them and not feel awkward or feel intimidated. Yes, there's meatheads. You and I are a meathead. It's okay. We have girls that are meatheads. You could say that for sure. But everyone can walk in and feel welcome. And it doesn't matter what level of the game you're at. My grandmother works out, my mother works out, and they're all at different levels, and they work out in the same classes as people who are extremely strong or maybe just came out of a college sport. So it's for everyone.
It is for everyone, and so there's the sense in which by helping myself, I'm helping another person.
Right.
When you're inside of a class or something like that. So even in family life, I could see where a person, by making themselves more fit, is actually helping the family in a certain way,
right?
Because their health is improving and that kind of thing, and they're not being a burden on someone else.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's kind of our goal, is that you're able to hopefully pick up your grandkids, and you're not gonna pull your back out by carrying in a bag of dog food, and those simple daily tasks become simpler by training. And we call it training, call it working out, whatever you will. Some people that we have are avid runners. They're running 5Ks and full marathons. One of our members ran the Boston Marathon, and to get to that point, it takes a lot of work, but not necessarily just running. So try to keep things interesting and keep things varied so that you're able to improve, because you're going to squat every week. You're going to press overhead every week, pull weight from the ground every week. Now, is it going to be, 1,000 pounds? Maybe not, but it's going to be heavy for you so that you can improve, and you're going to run varying distances, and those kind of things are really just so that, maybe the house catches on fire. How are you going to get out? Are you going to be able to get yourself up or someone else and help them and move? Or, if you pull over to the scene of an accident, maybe you're able to assist in some way. Not that you should, but maybe you're able to help someone in a way that you wouldn't have been able to if you weren't taking care of yourself.
And so at your gym, you have a lot of programs. CrossFit is one of them.
Right.
What are some of the other things that you all do?
So CrossFit is the general class. It's what it is, GSR CrossFit. But we have classes that maybe people are intimidated by CrossFit. If you watch the CrossFit Games on ESPN, it's a very intense program, right? You're watching, it's like watching the NFL and then saying, I'm not sure I want to go outside and play catch with a football. We're playing catch every day. We're playing catch. We're long snapping and we're punting the ball to our friends, and that's really what it is. There are people that are competitive in CrossFit, and from our gym, and if they want to do that, that's the route they take. But we have classes that are called Power Hour. You'll come to that a lot, where it's basic powerlifting, bench pressing, deadlifting, squatting, and you try to improve upon those things. We have a lot of men and women that like to go to powerlifting meets, and then we have some that just want to do it for the sake of looking good, and that's okay too. We also have what we call GSR Fit or Quick Fit class, and those classes have no barbell. So you're able to use dumbbells, medicine balls, a lot more body weight movement and endurance. So you build up your core, you're going to burn fat and have the good aspect of feeling that cardio sweat,
right.
Without running 10 miles every day.
Exactly.
So those are some of the different classes that we have, and it allows some variation, as well as our kids class, which has been pretty good lately. So I'm excited with that.
So my guest today is Greg Rolo from GSR CrossFit, and we've been talking about fitness and about his business at GSR CrossFit and some of the philosophy behind that. So one of the things that you don't find at GSR that you may find at a normal fitness place are a lot of Nautilus machines and things like that. So you want to talk about why CrossFit tends to not utilize those?
I would say the largest reason that CrossFit as a whole, and why GSR doesn't utilize machines beyond, we have rowers and bikes, things like that, but for the most part, you need to stabilize. In the real world, if you're going to be pushing yourself off the ground, you're not going to be sitting in a chair, pushing something away from you,
right,
and then just resting. You cut out all the stabilizers, you're able to do a lot more work with free weights or with standing strict press versus a seated machine. There's still a purpose for those, depending on where someone is in life, but we have people that have come from absolute zero, up to 100 for them, and wherever they're at, we meet them and carry them on from there, so that they're able to improve. So we don't like machines because it destabilizes you. It doesn't let you fully experience the range of motion that your body's capable of.
And really, I mean, there's a lot of balance that goes into actually lifting a bar.
Yeah. Just even lifting your body off these chairs.
Right.
Do we have to put our hands down and lean forward and kind of shake our way up, or can we put our hands in front of us and just stand straight up? And those are long-term things. We think, everybody poops, right? And we hope that for the rest of our life, we're going to be able to sit down and get up by ourselves. There's safety bars for a good reason, and we'll probably all need those at some point. But I hope to live as long as I can, being able to take care of myself and the people that I'm with.
And there are a lot of small little muscles that we don't even think about that go into the stability of a person's body. So when you're making a lift over your head, so you're pushing a bar up.
Yes.
There's a lot of different muscles that go in there besides the larger muscles that everyone thinks about.
Right. Everyone thinks you have your prime movers. You have things like your glutes and your hamstrings and your quads and your calves. People could probably name all those leg muscles, and then they forget about everything else that really plays a huge role. For us, we do a lot of core, and we may not think of it as 100 sit-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 sit-ups. There's a lot of other things that we do to stabilize you, and it carries over in life.
And so when we're thinking about like a holistic kind of health for a person, so if they're thinking, all right, I want to get involved in a fitness program or something like that, we'd probably encourage them to go to a doctor first and get checked out there. But once they've done that, what's the importance of making it an overall lifestyle?
I think that initially you have to check with your doctor, especially if you already have health concerns. If you're younger, or if you're say middle-aged or even elderly that you have no health concerns, then you're probably going to be okay. But it's always a good thing to get checked and just kind of say, hey, can I start something new? If you're recently pregnant, you definitely want to check with the doctor before just jumping into a program.
Exactly.
Can you do it? Yes, but it would have to be super, super slow and progressive, and it might be worth waiting for the safety of the baby. Things like that matter. So as far as from an approach of the pure health of someone, it's really trying to bring it together from what you wanted.
Well, I mean, what we're talking about is the fact that we need to integrate healthy living within our lives. We have to make it into an overall lifestyle goal.
And more of a lifestyle, it's a change.
It's a change,
and it's
yeah.
not just doctors help us get healthy, but they don't keep us healthy necessarily.
Right.
That's our own responsibility. They're here for general maintenance of the body. They're here to make sure that if something bad happens, they take care of us. And they go to college for years, they study things, they research just so that we can live a healthy life. And that's great, but now to not get sick or to be preventative measure, fitness is huge in that. And people underestimate what fitness and nutrition